Dang, this is weird. Frick.
Just do it.
I just got nervous.
Just black out and go.
All right, here we go. Yo, welcome back to another video. This is episode 24, and we're back. It's been a long time. We took a small break, more like 3 months.
Forever break.
Like a long break. But we're back. It's episode 24. We've been really busy. We had stuff like graduation and mission trips and stuff like that going on. And we'll talk about that a little bit. But we're back. This is episode 24, Tongue Torch. You know, we're starting more videos. Hope y'all missed us. Maybe, you know, we're trying. We're trying. But, you know, we've been super busy. But we'll get into that. But first is graduation.
Yeah, we're talking about
We graduated, which is crazy. We graduated. Class of 2024. We graduated. Like, we're done. Oh, yeah. But, Gavin, how do you feel like? What you feeling like? You graduated.
Honestly, it doesn't feel like I thought it would. Like, every time
what did you
I was
expect?
in, like, 10th grade or whatever, I saw, like, the seniors graduate, I always felt like, oh, wow, like, your life is over or something. But, like, it's really, like, not. Like, it's more just, like, eh.
It's almost, it feels just like a new chapter, almost.
Yeah, it's like another chapter in the book.
What did you expect
Can't go back.
to feel?
But you can look. Like really sad, like and depressed all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I can imagine staring at my ceiling, like listening to All By Myself, just crying.
It's funny, like the only reason I was like I wanted to graduate, don't get me wrong, but the only reason I was like, oh, this kind of sucks is just because my friends, like these two guys are here and a few other guys. Here he is. There's a robe. But
Graduated.
just missing them.
What is your valedictorian speech? Say it right now on the spot.
Right now.
Go.
There's Tongue Torch too.
I have to keep my eyes closed to be like in character.
Right. Imagine the people.
Like this is
Naked.
actually my speech. I just want to take this opportunity to thank all my friends,
Donald
not my
Trump.
teachers. They really got me through these 4 years, almost 5 years. Almost didn't make it. But really, I just want to say it was all me. Teachers didn't help me or anything. Only friends. So thank you, and I don't know how I did this.
That was good. Hey.
So like the actual speech that Shrimp did
Yeah.
for graduation,
I don't have my tassels.
Yeah. they're like in the shop. They're
Yeah.
fixing them up. But like it was making me like I was so close to crying. I had to like look
Oh
away.
yeah, it's like we have this one friend. We won't say his name because we don't know if he wants us to. But one of our really good friends that we've known for a long time. We were all good, but then he had his oh my gosh, how you say it? Valedictorian speech.
It was
And
like
bro, it got me
Yeah.
emotional.
It was pretty long too.
Bro, it was
like a
long.
couple
It was
pages.
such a good speech, but it was
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
emotional. It was mainly about, you know, his friends and memories and how long he's been
Family.
here, family, and it was so good. So shout out to him. He'll probably see
Did you
us.
get emotional at all?
Yeah,
Really?
I did.
Did you?
I didn't like start tearing up or anything like that, but like there were some
Yeah.
parts, especially when he was talking about like family and stuff like that. I don't know. I was just like, oh man,
My
like,
eyes definitely
it was surreal.
My eyes definitely watered, but I never cried until after like we were done. So like
I don't think I cried at all.
we were done, like we like threw our hats
I
up,
didn't either.
and our families came and hugged us. The reason, honestly, I was fine, but then it's so weird. Justice Ferris, he was on the podcast with us. He came up to me, and he hugged me, said, "Love me, bro," and it just like hit me. That was like
Yeah.
I was done, and I just start like. I almost said
Yeah.
screaming. I almost started like I was just started bawling, and my
Cut
dad
that
hugged me. Bro, it was Justice made me. I told you about this. Justice made me cry for something else. I was fine. Oh, Utah, I was good at Utah, and then Justice hugged me like because it was last time. I don't know. Justice just makes me emotional.
Yeah, our youth pastor came up to me. Like I wasn't really emotional after that, and like I was just normal. And he came up to me and gave me a hug, and like I was so close to crying.
Oh, shout out to our
yeah.
youth pastor. He just had a baby
yeah,
a week ago,
I
but
know.
Charlotte is her name.
or a few days ago. Yeah, pretty beautiful baby.
Yeah,
Beautiful baby.
But yeah, graduation went well. It was crazy, but we do have a story to tell y'all.
Oh,
The day before graduation, we got in trouble.
So
Like,
do you
the
want
day
to tell
before.
them like
I'll
where?
I feel like,
you
No,
wait. Wait, which thing are we talking about?
what are you talking about?
I
I'm
was
talking about
before.
like the test,
yeah,
and then
Oh, I was talking about something else.
where were you talking about?
Our senior prank.
That
That me, Trent,
that kind
and
of
the
goes
other
with
kid
it.
did.
I'll tell mine first.
Okay, yeah, you tell
Go
yours.
ahead.
Okay, so
I kind of forgot about that.
so
That's so funny.
oh, this wasn't like the day before graduation. This was like before the graduation stuff was happening. It was
It's
like
whenever
a day or two.
final tests.
Yeah. So we're at school. We're having class. Basically, it's basically over. We're just at school, just sitting there. And all
our
the
last
smart
day.
people are taking, what was it? The AP test?
Mm-hmm.
Something like, yeah, AP test. I could be wrong. All the smart people, we're not in there.
No.
We're not in there. So we're just chilling. And we just had a class, and so we're switching over from assembly. Assembly's like where they have a small devotion. It's like 15, 30 minutes. We were the first ones to leave. We were walking. And so we know the room they're in. But as we're walking by, we see one of our guy, Cooper Roberts. He's also in another podcast. He was in our golf podcast and our Christmas one. So go check those out. Those are good episodes. But we saw Cooper Roberts in there, and we were like waving. We were like, hey, we were like all waving like through the windows. And like that test too, you have to be so quiet. Like it's like,
I'm pretty sure you have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, they paid $100
$100
$100 each.
And there were like almost 30 kids. Oh, there's probably 30 kids.
Yeah, there was a decent amount. So there was like seniors, some juniors, some sophomores, maybe a few freshmen. I don't know. But we were in there, and then Gavin had a laptop.
So wait, I always have a laptop. Sometimes like when I sometimes like going through the hallways, I always have it with me, and I always have it open like with satisfying videos or like
always
someone
watching
building a bike.
satisfying videos.
Like I did it during we had this it was like a fire drill or something. I would take my laptop out, and there were so many times we had fire drills. I just take my.
It was a good
laptop
idea
out.
though, because we'd be watching it.
I know, but yeah, I had the laptop, and like I was turning around, like showing the satisfying videos and stuff, and like I wasn't looking for a while, and I was just like talking like them, and look back, and there were like 15 people just staring at the video because they're all so bored. Like they're all done with their tests. They're like
Just
half of them were
sitting there.
sleeping,
They were all watching.
and then
So
and then I wrote on the laptop, or you did, or someone.
I had
Type
I had
on
a
it.
different laptop.
Oh, was it a different one?
Yeah, it was a different one. I had a different one, and I said hi, Roberts. I said a few things. I said a few other funny things, like to Roberts, and then like this other kid next to him was laughing, and then we showed another kid. I don't know if he wants to tell us this. Another one of our good friends, in there, and he was laughing, and then basically everyone saw it. So at that
Yeah.
point, it was the whole room.
I
Yeah.
showed like, do you need the answers?
Everybody but the teacher saw it, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like there's one teacher in there, and she was just on her phone.
Yeah, no clue.
I remember I was like, should I like walk through the classroom? And then you guys were like, no. I was like, oh, okay.
So then it was the next day. It was the next day, and
Yeah.
we were in Bible. No, rhetorical debate.
Rhetoric.
Yeah,
Was it
I don't even know
debate?
rhetoric or rhetoric.
I don't know.
It
was a
Something
debate class,
Debate
pretty much.
class.
And our new principal was coming in and wanted to like introduce himself, and he
And get
wanted
to know the
about us.
seniors.
Yeah.
Um,
Whole new principal. So it's like the last week of school, and we're getting a new principal. The other principal's leaving. Alan just stop right there. But so a whole new principal. He seems super chill. We're like in there, and then Miss oh gosh, the middle school, like the lower school principal, she like called me to the office, and I walk in there, and this I don't know what she is. She's like, I guess below the principal.
our guidance counselor.
Yeah, our guidance counselor. She was in there, and then another person was in there. So I went in the office. I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like, sure. I'm like, just so I walk in there.
Would she like sit down?
Yeah, I sit down
Have a
and
seat.
and I'm like, oh yeah. She goes like, hi, Coop. Like, sit down, please. I was like, I was
Oh,
like,
you're
I was joking. I was joking. I was like, am I in trouble? And she's like, we're not sure. And that
gosh.
I was like, that like surprised me. I was like, because I thought they'd be like, no, like, come on, like, sit down. But they're like, we're not sure. I was like, oh gosh. So like tons of things were going through my head. So I sat down, and she was like, so tell me what y'all did like during the AP test. I was like, oh gosh. So I basically tell her, I'm like, hey, like we were just transitioning from assembly to our class. We were going by the classroom. We were saying hi. And she was like, so what were y'all like all showing on the laptops? And And I was like, oh yeah, like Gavin showing like a satisfying video, and everyone was done with their test. We were kind of just showing it, and we said like we like typed a few things like hi, like you do need answers, like just dumb stuff like that. I was like, oh, we shouldn't have been doing it.
We didn't mention that to her though. We didn't say like, do you need answers?
Yeah, it was just the satisfying video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when I went in there, it was funny. She was like, do you know what video we're playing? And I was like, I told her.
You told her specific.
Yeah.
Too.
It was funny too because they're all named the same. I was like, yeah, it's like satisfying videos with like meditation music to help you sleep. Like number 577 or something. And she was like, did I have music? I was like, it wasn't playing music. And she's like, okay, that's good. I was like,
yeah. So then,
oops.
like that's done, and then she's like, sing Gavin in. So I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like, okay. So
Yeah. Cooper told me. If he did not tell me, I would have like maybe said something.
Oh yeah. So she sends me back. I'm like, Gavin, come out here. Like she
Yeah,
needs you.
you come back into the class.
So
and get
yeah, I come in there and I'm like, Gavin, it's at this person's office, and he's like, where is that? I'm like, all right, I'll walk you over there. So as I'm walking, I'm like, hey, like that AP thing, like tell her, like
I was so
we did
locked in.
Yeah, I was like,
locked in.
we did this, like tell her what happened, don't say anything stupid. So he walks in there, and I'm like, hey, I would just wait for him. Like I don't feel like being at class, whatever. I was like, he will be out soon, so whatever. So Gavin comes out, is the exact same thing. He's like, hey, we need to go get Trent. So we go and get Trent. We stay in the hallway. I text him. Trent goes out, and then we're all three gone.
We're all three like telling Trent, or like we're telling Trent like, okay, like this is what we told her. It's like just
I
say
remember
that nothing else.
As soon as I got pulled out, and you guys we were like, okay, like you guys were like super serious. I knew like I was so locked in just listening. You guys were like, okay, like we mentioned this, don't mention this. I was like, okay, like, I got this.
It's like we did not give him answers.
And I don't know if you guys were like this, but whenever I first walked in, like you guys had just told me like, okay, like don't say this and like this, like so like they sent me down. They're like, okay, like do you know why you're here? And like I know why I'm there, but like I have to make it seem like I didn't talk to them. So I was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh my gosh, like they definitely know I'm just capping so hard right now.
So Trent went in, and then me and Gavin were like, we'll just wait because we want to like see what happened,
She also doesn't know that we had a book and we like slid it under the door.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I forgot we did that. Oh yeah, we just had a little book and we slid it to Cooper. So then me and Gavin were like, we'll just wait. So we went in a different room. Trent comes out, and then as Trent comes out, it was the same exact thing. Basically at the end of the story of that part, I'll go to the next part, but that part, she was just like, don't be stupid. Like, oh yeah, she was like, there's a chance like the test might be taken away, and they all paid $100. We're like, oh crap, like that'd be really bad. But that didn't end up happening or anything. It ended up all being fine. She was like, just don't be stupid. Just graduate real quick and you're fine.
Yeah, I felt bad because she had to do paperwork. This is some days after.
Oh.
Actually, it might have been the same day.
Now I got it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I totally forgot about that.
So,
yeah, I wasn't here for this.
There was one night that I was like, let's not like, okay, so like.
No, you got to tell before, like that day when we were doing preparation.
Was I dating what's her name yet?
What they said.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I basically got a new girlfriend, and that's why I wasn't there.
Well, so what happened was that day, we, our principal, like, is so stinky.
We were doing a walkthrough for graduation.
Yeah. And she was like, we have a 0 tolerance for pranks. It's like, you will be charged with, like, like you will be arrested and we'll charge you and, you go to hell or whatever else she'll say. And I'm just like, what? It's like the thing is, and I even talked to, like, I mentioned our youth pastor, like, if we like just threw paper towels around the school, I mean, like something we can pick up and doesn't destroy anything, it doesn't mess up anyone. Like it's just fine, like it's harmless.
Like obviously, we're not gonna be like breaking windows and like spray painting walls. Like, would that be funny and fun? Yes.
She was a little bit.
We
dramatic.
have common sense.
No, she was really
She was crazy dramatic.
Yeah.
They say that every year though, and then it's like
nothing happens.
What are you gonna do if we do it and then clean it up? Like, come on.
So what happened was, this wasn't even a prank. This was just something random I had on my mind. I was like, you know what? We should just go room to room and unplug all the plugs in all the room, like just HDMI cables.
This was not the prank at all.
This wasn't even a prank. We were gonna do a prank.
This is normal stuff.
Yeah.
That we usually do. I wasn't there for this. But
We do this like at least once a week. I feel.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Unplanned.
And like the cameras only record like 24 hours. So like by the time they see something messed up, they can't look back because like it was a couple days ago. But like, so I was like, yeah, we should just go around and like unplug stuff. And like, this is not even a prank. I was like, I asked our friend Robert's like, you want to do it? He's like, yeah. I was like, Trina, you want to do it? And she was like, yeah. And Cooper couldn't because he was busy with something. So we started going around, just like unplugging stuff. And we were like, oh man, like we were just like kind of talking to each other, like unplugging stuff. And then we went to our science lab. And
usually the door's locked, but
Yeah.
like we hit the door and it was unlocked, so we're like, oh, like we'll just go in here.
it wasn't actually locked. I had my key. I have a
Oh,
master
you
key.
did.
Yeah, I'll say it because I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
break in. I have a master key. I unlocked it, and we walked in. We were just looking around, and so like when we used to be in science lab, whatever.
Yeah.
We would sit there and just as like something to do when we were bored, which was like almost all the time,
Pretty
was
much every
to
day.
fill up. There's like a sink in the middle of the table. We'd fill the sink like all the way up, just
Perfectly
to
level.
Like, yeah, perfectly.
It was
level.
so satisfying too, and it
Yeah.
pissed her off. That's why we.
Yeah, she was like, "Don't do that, waste water." I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
wastewater.
Yeah, I remember one time I filled up with water, and then I found this like super potent dye, and I poured the whole dye in
Oh,
there.
it was blue, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
it blue?
It's still like stained blue. Like it's black, but like, you can see like the blue in it.
I remember that.
It's so. Anyways, but like we used to do that all the time. Like it's whatever, it's water.
Tell them what happened as soon as you went in. You're like,
Oh, so,
hurry, we got like.
so like we would go to like our class, like our English class, and I remember like we got all new like security system.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I was like, dang, like, and I just turned it, and you
Yeah.
can just turn it towards a wall. Just so funny.
Well, you like went up to it and like literally
when we
like,
walked
if this is the camera, it's literally just sees face and then you just turns it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it looks so bad because I really just looked up at it and pretty much, like, I thought it was funny. Just like, let's turn it towards the wall. Like I know it's recording me, but I was like, it's funny how you just turn it.
Oh yeah.
And
do
then we filled up every single sink with water. And we're like, just do it. Like, it wasn't even a prank. Like, the funny thing is, we never thought any of this was
No,
a prank.
no.
We do this stuff all the time. And then,
We're probably the reason they check and got better cameras.
That's
You think
That's
that?
honestly-
We're probably the reason why they
Yeah.
got better cameras.
because they're like, everything's breaking all the time.
like where's all this stuff going?
and then before we left, Trent put the thermometer to 100, and then we just left. We didn't think anything about it, and we got it's like
So the
next
next
day.
day we had to take our final exam. So literally like
Yeah.
that's pretty much our last actual day of school.
Yeah.
So we're taking all the tests and like we already know that we're all gonna pass. So we're
Oh, yeah, I was
just
here
going
for
by
this
we're just going by the test super fast. And we're all thinking we're like, okay, like we should probably leave early just in case like they want to say something. And so we all get done. Me and Gavin leave. I think maybe before you do.
I walked out with Cooper, and when I got home, someone texted me. She was like, why'd you guys do a prank? And I was like, my heart dropped. I was like, we're so done. and then I was like, but like we didn't do anything. Like, what is where we did? And she was like, you turned the camera and turned the thermometer up to 100 and filled them all up with water, and you
Just
like
named
and
everything.
then the science lady, she's like a psycho, and she said
weird.
that we destroyed her classroom. I'm like, bruh, like
What?
we filled her things up with water.
It's destroyed.
So, anyways, it wasn't a prank. I was like, what? This is crazy. So our principal, it's like really super crazy. She was like, she
emailed our parents.
oh, she called her parents.
Oh yeah, called our parents.
And
I think
like,
she emailed them
our
too.
parents were kind of
Yeah.
like freaking out, and I just told my mom, I was like, it's nothing.
I remember
She understood.
me and Roberts were the last ones taking the test. So I left, and I was I left and went food. Remember I came back and y'all were in the main worship center doing worship.
Yeah.
Y'all were practicing, and I was out there with Roberts. And he was on the phone with his mom. I was like, what happened? And he was like, the sinks and stuff. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, I got home and I called. I think I called Roberts first. I was like, "We're done. It's over." And he was
Did
like,
you
"Oh, no."
leave after or before worship and then came back?
I left and forgot about worship because I was like, "Oh no."
Oh yeah, you came back and you already knew. I remember
back,
I
I already
came
knew.
up to you.
And like teachers knew by that point too. Like, and just passing by, I'm like, "Oh, they know." But the thing is, so like, anyways, they get mad. They're like, "You have to serve for 2 or 3 hours." pick weeds.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot outside. Or you don't get to graduate or something stupid like that.
We're like, okay, fine. Whatever.
I was like, okay. Like, I just do that. It doesn't matter. And she asked us, and she was like, why did you guys do a prank when I told you not to do it? And then I was like, we actually didn't do a prank. You just think it is.
yeah. And,
And, like,
we literally told her that.
Yeah, I was like, you think it's a prank, but it wasn't. Like, we do stuff like this all the time. and then she said something weird. She's like, she thought she was cool. She's like, oh, I know you guys do stuff like this all the time.
yeah.
And she said like,
Yes,
like the
yes.
chairs in this one teacher's room.
Is that when me and you did the chairs?
No.
we
This
didn't do
is-
anything chairs,
This is something she said for somebody's classroom.
but we never did.
That we never did. And we were like, what? And we didn't say anything. Cause
I thought she was talking about. I thought she was talking about the chairs, and
Collins.
and government. No,
She
in
doesn't know.
government class where Miss
No, no,
Petty.
no.
Oh crap, bro!
I thought she was talking about.
I
Miss
said
Petty.
it. It's whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we should say everyone's name because you're gonna say it anyways.
Yeah, you're right. It don't matter.
They-
But
Let's name drop.
no, yeah, that was. Oh, I remember y'all because I was like in the hallway and they were talking to her and they came out and she said that. I was like, bro, what?
Yeah, I was like, you think you're all cool, like, but the thing is,
She's like, oh, I know.
like, I know you.
I
guys.
know what you did.
It's like,
well-
bro, like I pooped in your drawer and you still don't know.
Facts. Well, it's so funny too, because like we've done things that are like way worse than that. I'm like, if you did know, like we would have already gotten in trouble. Like,
Yeah.
way long ago. There's no way you know.
We might say this story sometime. I'm not gonna say what it is, but like potentially jail time.
Oh, that
Could have gone to jail.
that was actually
Crazy.
yeah. We'll leave that. We'll leave that.
Well, that'll be a good
We'll
short.
discuss if we
Talk about it later.
talk about it.
But like, it was so funny when she said that, and it was so weird. I'm like, I think she just needs help pulling weeds, and like that's all. Like,
Well, yeah, they had a funeral that.
yeah, it was a funeral, so I was
Yeah.
like,
So they
I'm
wanted
not-
it to look
yeah,
good.
I'm
which
not gonna do
I
it
get
for this lady because she thinks we're doing a prank. But like, honestly, if they would have asked me like, hey, there's a funeral, could you pick weeds? I would have done it. Like, because
just
like, why not?
Yeah, just to do it.
Well, they did it, and they were just
'cause we
there.
was there.
And I
Just
didn't like.
watching us.
I had nothing to do that day, so I just stayed with them. I was just
Well,
sitting there.
Also, what was funny is we have like a grounds crew that like mows and everything, and so we're
That's
sitting here
that's their
picking
job?
weeds. Yeah, it's literally their job to like spray the weeds and pick them and stuff. And these two guys come over to. I'm pretty sure it was me and Robert. So you had
Yeah.
gone in to use the bathroom, and they didn't like speak really good English, if you know what I'm saying, you're Hispanic. And they were like, oh, like we'll do this, like this is our job and stuff. And we're like, oh no. I told them, I was like, we got to do this or we won't graduate. And I don't even know if they understood me. They were just like, and like
Turn around.
I told them, I was like, we'll do this and like we'll probably be done.
Imagine they didn't get paid for that part or anything.
Yeah, that's
Like,
probably
Yeah.
why they did that.
They're probably so mad.
Like, please, like, I need to feed my family.
Did we eat after?
I gotta graduate. Like, for you.
Did we eat after that thing?
I didn't. I remember my mom was pissed.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
me
his
and
mom
Robert
was
did.
crying.
Oh yeah. I forgot to say that. So like I just got home. My mom wasn't home. I don't think anybody was home. Like I was about to take a nap. I laid down and my phone starts ringing and I answer and it's my mom and she's like screaming and I can tell she's like kind of crying. I was like, "Oh my gosh." And basically she was just saying like why'd you do that? Like that's so dumb. Like I'm so mad at you. Like you might get charged and you might not graduate. And like it's one of those times where like I could easily just tell her like, hey, like this is not true. Like I don't know why this is happening. But like I knew she was like so mad, so I was just kind of sitting there taking it. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
She was
like,
mainly
I'm
just
sorry.
worried because of
Well,
graduating.
it's
Yeah, but the
annoying
thing,
too,
too-
because like our principal just like lying to our parents. I'm like,
Yeah.
bruh, like you're just making them scared because you want to feel good.
I
About
could
yourself.
tell
Yeah.
it just scared my mom because literally the next day, it never came up again after that day. So I don't know. It was,
Everyone
so
just
weird.
makes things so much worse than it is.
Yeah, I wish she could have came to us and asked us what happened. Like she's like curious, and she'd probably be like, "Oh, over exaggerating." But the thing is, the only reason we got in trouble was because it looked like I was hiding what we were doing.
Yeah,
but it's
that
really because
part-
I was just like I turned all the cameras, and they don't even know that. They're like, I go to every camera, like,
Also, we told them like we didn't really mess with the thermometer because like
Oh, yeah.
I said
I
it's
was too
super
scared.
hot, but it actually didn't. It
didn't
only
get
got
that
to
hot.
like 87 or something like that. Like the thermometer's broke.
Yeah.
So they were like, we told them like, oh no, because you couldn't see with the camera. We were like,
Yeah.
no, we didn't
Never touched
mess
that.
with
Oh
that.
yeah, but the
But we definitely did.
the science teacher or whatever that came in there, she said I remember I asked her. She said she walked in there so hot. She was like a wave of heat. She said she walked in.
Well, it's funny too, cause like other teachers, like when we got done, most teachers were going to like lunch and stuff, and most of the teachers were just laughing. They're like, oh, like even the science teacher wasn't even really mad. Do you remember that? She was just laughing. She's like, I don't really care.
She's weird though because like she'll do that with us because she thinks we're like.
she probably
cool.
act like she didn't care,
But
but she
Yeah,
Yeah, she
like in
definitely
the
did.
moment, she's probably like in tears. Like,
she's
my
a bad.
room, I'm sweating.
She's a bad.
Do you remember at her table has a sink at it with a bunch of papers?
Oh, yeah,
and
wait,
it
can I say this?
overfilled. Yeah.
So like they're all filling theirs up, and I had like 3 going at once, and I was like going like boom boom, and there was a final one, and it got to the top, and I forgot which way I turned the knob, and I was like, oh gosh, and it was like she had papers all over her desk and just like flooded the papers. That's probably what she thought. We did. The thing we dried them off,
Yeah.
and they weren't important. We probably just threw them away.
Yeah.
No, but that was graduation. Graduation went pretty well. It was
Yeah, it went
fun.
good.
But then summer came along. We all do jobs.
Dang, yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Gavin does Vaughn's. He works at Vaughn's
Yeah, we're at
Pharmacy.
pharmacy. I went to
work
camp
with-
and
Oh yeah, that's it.
Utah.
Oh yeah, I work with kids. Trent does roofing. We all just we just working now.
You went on a cruise, and I went to the beach actually like a week,
that's
like
right.
literally like right after graduation.
That was my first cruise. It was cool. It was super fun. It was weird just being on a ship the whole time. But I did go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
It was cool. But yeah, we all went to Utah again. Soon I might not even know him, but Sketch. That stuff is crazy. He's another streamer, and he like streamed, and he came like really famous for like
Yeah.
the "What's up, brother?"
And
like,
the thing
that
is, like, it was kind of like a thing he would do. But he's
Yeah.
actually pretty normal. But like
Yeah.
he got famous by like kind of like
acting.
like
doesn't he
being
have like
himself, but a little
ADHD
bit.
or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, but
So he's
like,
kind of
some of y'all might know they're like,
Yeah.
"What's up, brother?" It's like that guy. It's
His face too. He's always
yeah. He's super funny, but he turned out like he used to be gay, which is like
which is the thing, like how old is he now?
he's young.
That's so
Bro,
wild.
I
Just
feel like you can't say used to be. I feel like once you've done something, like
Yeah,
you might not
It's hard to come
practice
back.
it anymore.
like good
but-
for him. He says he's a changed man and he loves the Lord. Like good for him, but that's
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he used to have OnlyFans and like
so weird.
that's crazy.
Hey, but
just
we
to think about
support him.
that.
We love you, Sketch.
We support him. I mean, he said he's a man with God now. So I mean, he says he's a
Yes,
changed man.
time will
Obviously,
tell.
we don't know him like that, but hey, good for him if he's changed.
We'll have him on.
That's crazy though. I
We
mean, that's
went-
been a
yeah.
lot. That's
We went so
basically
far.
been a lot.
that's been a lot. But basically, that's all that's been going on.
We might get that all out.
This is basically just a podcast
so
like what's
far.
been going on. But we're back. We're me and
We
Gavin
back.
and Trent. We're all trying. We're trying to get back on that grind for y'all. Because we genuinely enjoy it. It's fun.
We're gonna try to post every day, not this podcast, but like shorts.
Yeah, but we're gonna try. We're gonna keep going with this
Podcast
thing
every day.
because it's
Still
fun,
got
and
life, man.
we start off well and we have a decent amount of subs. So I mean, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like these videos, and share.
Oh, one last thing. Since we gone for a year, we're gonna get a new intro.
Mm-hmm.
So
Test them out.
that'll come soon, like within the next month.
Yeah, within the next month, we're gonna try to get a new intro in.
I think you guys will
something
like it.
new. Because we basically did it for a year. So that's crazy. We did it for a year. But-
Yeah, this is supposed to be our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, it's
like
supposed to be our
episode.
1 year anniversary, but we
Happy
took a
birthday.
break.
We've just had so
We
much to
got
talk
busy.
about.
We can do it
Yeah.
next week or something.
We got busy, but yeah, this is episode 24. We're back, bro. We're back. We're gonna keep going at this. We're back. We're not as busy. We had a lot of things going
Yeah,
on.
it was a very.
It was a
busy time.
lot, but yeah, we're back. We're excited to be back. It's fun. This is episode 24. Make sure you go follow our TikToks and our Instagram. It's weird. I haven't said that in a while. We're back, bro. But make sure you go follow our TikToks and Instagram. Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you go like this video, comment, post notifications, turn them on. So go subscribe. This is episode 24. We'll see you in episode 25. Peace out.
See ya.